we are going to put it all together. We're putting together the cheese, the Cabot cheese, chicken and black bean burrito, and we are going to make it a low-fat meal.
That's right. That's right.
Because you're using half the fat cheese?
50% light cheddar, which is half the fat, half the cholesterol, and it's a little higher in protein. What we're using is a 1.5% milk. Oh. And you have to watch out when you're getting your light products, because a lot of times they'll add sugars or salt to bring flavor. Oh. And we flavor our light cheese with high-quality milk. And we use a 1.5% milk, and it's higher in protein, and it's actually lower in sodium than other cheeses.
I would have never even thought that you could do that, make the, you know, exchange.
Right, and the other thing I wanted to correct you, Victoria, was that we have farms right here in New York State. So when you're purchasing Cabot, you're buying local, because we have 680 farms that are part of our cooperative.
In New York State
In New York State, yes.
I never realized until I moved here that New York State was such a big dairy cheese producer.
That's right.
Okay, we are going to start putting this together. First of all, we have a whole wheat shell.
Yes, and you're going to add a little bit of our vegetables, and we sauteed those earlier, and I added a little bit of cumin and some salt and pepper, just to taste.
Cumin has what kind of flavor to it? Is that a curry-ish?
That's a curry-ish flavor, yes.
Okay.
And
is that enough?
That's enough. Okay. We'll make it easy on you.
Okay.
And then this is black beans that I just drained a little bit, and I added the cheese. And so many of the Cabot recipes will say to shred your cheese, and I hate shredding cheese. I cook all the time with our cheese, and I never shred it.
That's just a personal preference.
Well, it's perfectly okay just to cut your cheese up and put it in, and that's what I did.
If you said that, my kids would start laughing.
You cut it up small. Okay, Victoria.
Listen, I said 2 different Friday. Exactly. It's a family show. Okay. The kids know what I'm talking about.
Right. Say it again.
There's the biggest kid so far that we have.
So I add the cheese to the black beans, and you just kind of mush it together. And that enables it to go into the burrito. So you're going to add that to the burrito.
A spoon of that. Okay.
And then this is the chicken, and that's just a rotisserie chicken or a grilled chicken that you might have left over.
Very good.
Throw that in your burrito. And then I want to see your folding skills, because you were bragging to me that you were a good burrito folder.
That's the first thing he asked me when I came over. He said, okay, just want to clarify, can you fold the burrito? And I rolled my eyes and said, of course I can. I really can't. I can. You fold it up like that?
Well, I'm going to see what you do. Yes, you're doing good. You're doing good. And then you're just going to put it seam side down in there. And the other question Victoria had for me, she said, well, could you eat it right now? And
because the cheese is not melted, but it's hot.
It's hot, and it's a perfect thing for kind of a hot summer day when it's 90 degrees outside, that you could eat this right now, because of the black beans are fine, everything is cooked, the cheese is good, but what we normally would do is put it in the oven and just warm it up to melt it a little bit.
Do you think cheese takes on a different flavor when it's heated as opposed to when you're eating it cold?
Yes, and it's very important, because of course you're going to keep your cheese in the refrigerator, but if you're serving it, it likes to be room temperature. And when they're actually judging cheese, there's a scale that tells you as it warms up that the more the flavor blooms. So room temperature is very important, and that's why melted cheese is so good, mac and cheese is so good. The more it's warmed up, the more of the flavors you're going to pick up.
Name some of the types of cheese that Cabot is famous for, other than your cheddar.
Oh, cheddar, but it's the low fat, which we've won an award for. And then we have a hot habanero, which you certainly could add to this recipe. It's not for everybody, because it's got jalapenos and habaneros in there.
Got the heat in it.
Yes. There's a gorgeous tomato basil. And again, this recipe calls for fresh cilantro, which I wasn't able to pick up, and sometimes that happens when you're cooking. But if you add the tomato basil into this recipe, you would get your herbs right in the cheese also.
All right, let's tell folks where they can get a sample of Cabot cheese and learn more about the recipes today. Because you're on a tour with Tops.
I'm going to be on a tour on Tops. I'm going to be in the store from 12 to 6 today. I'm going to be up in Niagara.
Okay.
We're in 3 other Tops, which I can't
it'll be on our website.
On your website. And 12 to 6 today, and we'll have a representative from Cabot. We'll have free cheese samples. We'll have recipes. Every one of our people knows about our cooperative, about our farms, how the milk is, the high quality of the milk. So many questions, so you can go
Dinner
to town.
at Tops tonight. I'm taking the kids.
Okay.
I'm buying. All right, Farmer Mark, we're going to come back and do a wonderful second helping when we come back.
We'll do that.
In our next segment. Right now, we're going to Check out outside. We're going to talk to Mike about what to do with all this heat when we return on Winging It.